Okay, so I start off by using a makeup towelette. You can use a washcloth, a makeup wipe, a baby wipe, whatever. Just make sure your face is clean. And then I use my Mary Kay 3DH minimizer day cream just to moisturize my face. Okay, so now I am priming my eyes for eyeshadow. I'm just using a Maybelline Fit Me concealer. It's very, very creamy. That's why I like to use it. And then I just blend it out using a beauty blender first, and then I'll go in with a foundation makeup brush to make sure it's blended out really, really good. So the palette that I'll be using today for one freaking shade, is the Jaclyn Hill X Morphe palette. I'm going to go in with the shade Next to Hunts, use that as a transitioning color, and then I'm going to go back in with Hunts and use that as like my all over lid color. Okay, and with a blending brush, I'm going to go in with Hunts, which is the orangey tone I showed at the previous clip. And I'm just going to pack this all over my lid. Okay, so here's the fun part. Now I'm about to cut my crease, and what I'm using as my concealer is the Maybelline Fit Me concealer, the one I use as a base. And I'm using an e.l.f. concealer brush, and I'm just cutting my crease the best way. I don't want it too high, I don't want it too low, like I really want it like in the middle of my crease. Okay, so now I'm using my BH Cosmetics Take Me to Brazil palette, and I'm using those two shades to set my concealer. And it started off it was not working for me, but I really had to pack those shades on to get the color that I wanted. So this palette, from 1 through 10, I'll probably rate it like a 7. It's not, I wouldn't recommend it to anybody. Only I got it because the colors are bright, but the colors are really, really chalky. They're not pigmented, or maybe it was just me. Maybe I got a bad palette, but it wasn't my best. So I really had to pack in those two yellow shades to get what I wanted. It took me probably like 10 to 15 minutes to really pack on that color. So. Now I'm taking my Kat Von D 10-year anniversary palette. Y'all can see my little setup through the camera. But I'm using that gold shade. It's a foil, actually. It's called a foil. And I'm using this on top of the yellow from the other palette. And y'all, this color is so pretty. It reminds me of Trophy Wife by Fenty, the highlighter. It's so pretty and gold. So I'm just using this to cover up the yellow because I was just going to leave it like that, but I didn't like the way it turned out. If the color was showing up the way that I wanted it to, then I wouldn't have applied this. So this was like my backup, and it turned out pretty. I love this color. Okay, so now I'm going back into my BH Cosmetics palette, and I'm using that deep purple underneath my eye. And recently I've been loving to use colors. It just gives the eye look an extra pop. I'm not perfect at it because I can still blend out a little bit better, but it was pretty. It turned out really nice. Okay, so now I'm going with my Maybelline Fit Me foundation, and this is for the normal to oily skin. It's with the matte finish. I do not like dewy finish foundations at all. I love for my makeup to be matte. Well, not my eyes, but for my face, I like for it to be matte because I have oily skin, and trying to find a foundation for oily skin is terrible. Like, it'll start off good, but throughout the day, you can just feel your face getting oily, especially my T-zone area. I said T-bone. I must be hungry. But my T-zone area, it gets so oily throughout the day. And this foundation is really good. In the summertime, whenever I use this foundation, before I apply this, I use the Milk of Magnesia as a base. And when I say my makeup is matte the whole entire day, it's matte the whole entire day. So if you need a foundation that's inexpensive and that works pretty good, I suggest this one. And then I'm making sure I blend my neck because on camera it doesn't look like it's my shade, but it actually is my shade. I think it was just the lighting. It wasn't really good. But yeah, and I also blend out the concealer that's on top of my brows too because I don't want it to look ashy, or it just doesn't look good. So just make sure you blend out everything. I go back and forth blending out my makeup, but you can see I was doing my eyes back and forth. So yeah, now I'm going back in with that purple to blend it out a little bit more. Okay, so I'm just setting my face, and then I'm going to go in with my MAC Studio foundation powder, and I use this very lightly over my face just to set everything. Not really set, because I don't know how to contour and highlight yet. So this is what I do. And then I'm going to use my Bretman Rock X Morphe highlighter palette. And this is the only highlighter palette that I have, and I love it. I use one shade. I can't even think of the shade, but it's one shade that I use in all of my my looks, and I just love the way it looks. And his highlighter palette, like the highlight stays, the way you put it on, it stays like that the entire day. It doesn't fade or gets oily. It looks really good. So very good. I put a little on my nose, I do some of my forehead, and then I do underneath my brow bone just to give it a little highlight. Okay, so I went ahead and applied my lashes off camera. I got these lashes from TJ Maxx for $3.99. $3.99. It came with two, and they're very dramatic and fluffy. Like, they're very, very dramatic. I wouldn't wear them every day, but for a look like this, they turn out really pretty. So I apply mascara on top of the lashes, underneath the lashes, and then my bottom lashes. Okay, so now I'm going in with my e.l.f. waterproof eyeliner. This was the only eyeliner that I had that was black at the moment, but I didn't do a wing or anything. I just want to make sure you didn't see. I had a gap, and I was trying to close it the best I could because I was done with the lashes by then. I was tired of taking them on, putting them off. So I was putting this on top of the lashes and underneath, like between, there was space. So I was doing it as my tight line as well. And it was hard. Like, I kept going back and forth. I was trying my best. But yeah, I was doing my tight line right there, as you can see. And next time I'm gonna have an eye pencil instead of eyeliner, because that was the ghetto. But hey, you got to do what you got to do. Like, you can see just then that it didn't look right. So I just kept going back and forth, making sure that everything was looking good. For my inner corner highlight, I just use the same highlight I use on my cheeks, my nose, and my brow bone from the Bretman X Morphe palette. And that is the final look, guys. I was so happy the way it turned out. The pictures was turning out flawless. It looked really pretty. Like, from this angle, it looks like sunset. So I hope you guys enjoy. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.